Hi everybody, I'm back with another video, and this video is about Charlemagne the God and iHeartMedia slash iHeartRadio. The fact that iHeartRadio filed for bankruptcy. Well, it's 2 years ago, it was reported on YouTube that iHeartRadio filed for bankruptcy. So I looked up the article, and it gives a full breakdown while I listen to the YouTube video, and it gives a full breakdown from 2016. While iHeartRadio has a lot of revenue, their debt is high. So I it went from 300 and something thousand debt, and if it kept going the way it was going, um, to 2021, by 2021, iHeart would be in debt of 20 million. Is it 20 million or 20 billion? Anyway, I'm not sure. But anyway, they will be in debt in the 20 million or 20 billion by 2021. By 2020, which is now, it shows the debt rate. The debt is, well, I think 14 million or something. I'm not sure if I can do the uh, screen share from my phone. I know I can do it from my laptop. Okay. Trying to do it from my phone. No. But anyway, I'm going to read this article. Okay. Let me go. Let me see. Okay, let me see this article. Okay. The article is in. I think the article is the article in Google, or is the article in Safari? I think it's in I think it's in Google. I mean Safari. So let me check this. Okay, it's in here. Okay. According to the article, iHeartMedia files for bankruptcy. And this article was written by Abid Rahman, March 14th, 2018. So that was a couple of years ago. So, according to the article, it says the largest U.S. radio company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection on Wednesday as it struggles to deal with its 20 billion debt pile. Yep, 20 billion. And according to the video I just watched, which is of this article, they predicted if iHeartRadio continued on the path that it was going with their revenue and debt ratio, what the debt would be by 2020. And it's 20, and we at the end of 2020, and this article, this video just come up out of nowhere, recommended for me for, I guess, I don't know, I guess because I talk about Charlemagne partnering with iHeartMedia for his new podcast. So these people bring Charlemagne on and sign him. No wonder his deal so great because they signed him on because 2020 the company is supposed to completely it declined since this article was written, and it went all the way back to 2016. So it says by 2020 what the money would be. Let me see. Let me go back to this article. Let me pull this back up on
Give me
on the TV. Okay, let me go to the library. iHeartRadio. Okay, let me scroll a little bit. And according to the article, let me see, they got a whole breakdown and everything. Let's see. Okay.
what I recommend you. I think the ones they're showing here are probably some of their biggest ones. So for the people of absurd amount of radio stations, they also have the iHeartRadio app with over.
Okay, I'm trying to scroll you forward. You talking. But anyway, get to this point where you started talking about the money. Okay, this. Okay, the money. Oh, is that it? Yeah, that's it.
Of their 20 billion in debt, 8
Okay.
billion of it is due in 2019, then another 6 billion in the 2 years after that. And they don't have the money to pay it, not even close. And since they can't pay their debt, they filed for bankruptcy. And that's what happened to iHeartRadio. So what?
So, here a little bit of what he was saying. Now, according to the article, it continues to read, saddled with $20 billion of debt, iHeartMedia Inc., the largest internet radio broadcaster in the U.S., filed for bankruptcy late on Wednesday. In the statement, iHeart said it had reached an agreement with the holder of more than $10 billion of the company's outstanding debt for a balance sheet restructuring, which will reduce its debt by more than $10 billion, effectively cutting it in half. Apparently, that didn't happen. The agreement we announced today is a significant accomplishment as it allows us to definitely address the more than $20 billion in debt that has burdened our capital structure, says CEO Bob Pittman. The company's huge debt pile is legacy of its 2008 leverage buyout. So they're still suffering from that stock market crash in um, in 2008. So the company's huge debt pile is a legacy of its 2008 leverage buyout. Okay, who bought them out? In February, iHeart missed interest payment. Okay, on it. See, interest is what get you in trouble because they give you a certain amount of money, but you only paying on the interest. The debt is there forever. And there's a Dr. Moomy did a video today I saw on the African countries. They borrow all this money, and from these private investors or whatever, and they are just as poor, they're still poor and paying all this money back, but they're only paying the interest. So these two, I think Zambia and another one, they decided that they weren't gonna pay any interest rates. So they decided, I guess they just gonna pay the loan back, pay no interest rate because interest interest is just crazy. You write you write a digit for this amount of money. Let's say for me, I don't get loans. Not no, I learned better than that years ago. But let's say I get a loan for $10,000, which I would never do. Let's say when my husband borrowed from himself $3,000 from himself, and that debt is always there, but you paying on $1,200 based on the interest rate on the 12. You steady paying on that $1,200. You never pay off the debt, so the debt is there forever. So that's what is going on. Apparently, this is what happened to iHeart. They got caught up in their own little thing when the stock market crashed on $1 billion level. Well, anyway, the company's huge debt power. Okay, I read that already. Um, in February, iHeart missed interest payments on its debt as well as two sets of bond payments, making bankruptcy all but inevitable. one thing you can't do is miss payments. A last minute deal with Liberty Media, the owner of Sirius XM Radio, that would have seen the company controlled by media mogul John Malone inject 1.16 billion into the group also fell through. It's like putting it's like putting you need some water and you instead of putting the water in a bucket but it got a bigger hole in it. You see the hole but you instead of putting the water in it anyway. iHeart currently owns 858 radio stations. iHeart owns 858 radio stations. Mm-mm. Including Z100 in New York and Rio 103.5, KISS FM in Chicago. The group also included a digital music streaming service and a live concert. Why are you jumping? I think you move. A live concert. And it's jumping, it's moving like somebody tell it to move. Where you at? When did they jump back up? Yeah, live concert venture, as well as a 90% stake in Clear Channel Outdoor Holdings, the billboard advertising company. Clear Channel and its unit were not part of the bankruptcy filing. So, so the group also includes a digital music streaming service and a live concert venue, which at this point has been wiped out by COVID. They were not a part of the company. They were not a part of the bankruptcy filing. But they said from let's see, they said from a certain particular time. Okay, they're going back there. Let's go back here. Uh, let's go back here. Oh my goodness. I didn't even know I heard old what you call that thing? That that radio streaming Pandora. I didn't know they owned Pandora also. They own all these radio stations. But the streaming service are not going out of business. Well, as I look at this, why you keep jumping? As I look at this, the concert venue, that holding them to their decline when the concert venue has completely wiped out by COVID. Streaming is not going anywhere because you can go on and stream the music anytime. So streaming is holding up. So it's not a part of bankruptcy. And concert venue wasn't at the time, but now if they were doing any better, trying to do what they need to do, put money in to try to help the company after its fall in 2008, this COVID just wiped out the concert venue part because you can't do concert like you used to. Now, yeah, that's it. Okay. No, that ain't it. Okay. No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not. Okay. COVID 19. There was no COVID 19 in 2018. How you get to be in this article? Oh, this must be an ad. Okay. Anyway, they be jumping. Hollywood Reporter. Let me see if I can get back over where I was. Okay, it's just it. Yo, they go. It just be moving. Clear Channel and its units were not part of the bankruptcy. Clear. I'm not sure what Clear Channel is, but anyway. Okay, that's all of the article that down here. But anyway, I just thought this was interesting. The fact that iHeartRadio filed for bankruptcy March 2018, after their decline, after the stock market crash hit them hard and their buyout, whatever, all of that went on, and it started continuing to decline in 2016. And 2 years later, they filed for bankruptcy because the decline was continuing as scheduled to be 20 billion by 2021. And at this moment, it's 2020, so we at the end of 2020, and they owe. I think it's 2 years old, so at the end of 2018, they owe 20 billion. Because this article was 2 years ago, so at the end of, we did this in March, so at the beginning of 2018, they were already 18. They had already declined to 18 billion. They had declined that far, and that was 2018. Now 2 years later in 2020, I'm pretty sure they've declined even more. And then 2020, COVID hit, just knock out another one. They didn't file bankruptcy. Now they got to file bankruptcy for Now they got to file bankruptcy for um. Still streaming. Okay. Now you got to file bankruptcy for. Okay. Okay, you still streaming. I think you are. So trying to pull the screen back up. But now you got to file bankruptcy for the concert venues now. Got to file bankruptcy for that. So it's probably going down even farther. Let me see if I can pull up another article. Let me see if I can pull up a recent article. Now this article was from 2018. Let me see if there are any recent articles on iHeart. Okay. iHeart. iHeartRadio. It's really iHeartRadio. iHeart Festival. So they having a festival. I don't know how they having a festival in this COVID. Anyway, iHeartRadio. 2020. 2020. Bankruptcy. KRUPTY. Oh my goodness. Okay. January 31st, 2020. Okay, here's the article. Here's the up-to-date article on iHeart. And now think about it, now they pulled Charlemagne in after they filed for bankruptcy. They gave Charlemagne a podcast. Lord, I wonder Charlemagne know about the show. Now, listen, look at this. Go into Google. iHeartMedia laid off hundreds of radio DJs. You lay off hundreds of radio DJs and partner with Charlemagne, a radio DJ. Now, why Charlemagne say um he owned part of he owned over 60% of iHeart Media. That's because they ain't worth nothing. Now, they laid off. Now, this article down here says, I knew it, COVID-19 pandemic erases iHeart 2020 outlook. Yeah, they erased the fact that they thought they was going to get away. Think about it. $20 billion by 2021. Mm-mm-mm. Draws millions. 2019, which included emerging from bankruptcy. We thought he was going to emerge from bankruptcy. If we see that didn't happen, that's not happening because of the COVID. Now, the COVID is the new. It's 2008, 2018 is 20 years. 2000, 10 years. Add 2 is 12 years. So 10 years, iHeart back at the same place. Bankrupt Chuck E. Cheese. Oh, that's Chuck E. Cheese. Anyway, rental car giant Hertz files for bankruptcy. And well, iHeartRadio got it. Oh yeah, because I think iHeartRadios are in people's cars. Got no Pandora in it. And iHeartRadio own Pandora streaming. iHeartMedia bankrupt plan approved. And this was 2019. They approved the bankruptcy in 2019. So the company owns more than 850 radio stations, the iHeartRadio music streaming service. Now, the big question for iHeartMedia first quarter, and this is May 7th, 2020. Things were looking up for iHeart this in 2020 after last year's bankruptcy reorganization. Anyway, iHeartMedia stock is poised to climb after bankruptcy. That makes absolutely no sense. I filed for bankruptcy and my stock go up. Come on, how that happen? The radio giant iHeartMedia prepares for possible IPO. You filing for an IPO under bankruptcy? Now that's what I call loopholing your way into getting money for completely bankrupt company with no money, not but debt on top of the debt on top of debt. So you got an IPO to come up. That makes no sense to me. Could our hot layoff be the beginning of local radio? I don't know about that. According to the article, in the days following iHeart bankruptcy in 2018, its rivals came out with strong. The rivals, yeah, the rivals will come out. Oh yeah, let's run in there and take our iHeart stock. And he bringing Charlemagne in to try to fix a company at its end. And you just not bringing Charlemagne in. And Charlemagne got and guess how they gonna try to save the company? They're gonna try to use black energy, black culture, giving it to Charlemagne to come over and pull black people in to save this company. Why you want us to save it? Always offer the backs of black people. And they're using Charlemagne the God to do that. It's not gonna work, but we don't like Charlemagne the God. Anyway, iHeartRadio has filed for bankruptcy. And this is 2018. So that's the up to date articles on it. They start laying people off January 28th. They started laying people off. They started laying people off before the COVID, so you can just imagine after the COVID. April. Okay. April 3rd, 2019, they prepared for a possible IPO because they was coming out of debt, so they thought. And then January 28, 2020 hit. And they had to lay off all those people. So they thought they was coming out. Soon as they peeped their little head up, a big gigantic foot came and stomp it back in the ground. Now what they doing? Using Charlemagne. Like Charlemagne said, he owns 60% of he owned over 50% of iHeart. If Charlemagne owned over 60% of iHeart, which there's nothing in there, and the kid crossing out that says this, but if what he say on his back end that nobody know about, nobody, no sources giving it to you about, in my case, giving it the hot coffee about, um, he just bought more than 50% of a company that's nothing but debt. So now Charlemagne got to make this work. He got to make it work because now he don't going to bought this. He don't going to bought this company that's completely out of money. Thought they was come back up and got crushed January 28th when COVID hit, and Charlemagne gonna put all his money into this, start his own podcast. And if you read the thing with the if Charlemagne happened to make it work, he don't even own the company. In the fine print, he don't even own the company at all. Because according to the paperwork, Charlemagne is a curator. And I looked that word up. Organizer, manager of a company. In this case, of the Black Effect Podcast Network, which is his podcast that he supposedly owns, but according to iHeart contract, he doesn't own it. He's a curator. He's an organizer. He's organizing. He's managing it. He don't even own it. But because he put all his money in it, buying out this completely company that has completely has no money, nothing but $20 billion in debt. He buys into this company and then coming out clapping back at Joe Budden. When Joe Budden said he owned his right out ownership, he right. So see, to me, Charlemagne has ownership of his podcast and over 50% of iHeart. That he actually don't. And that's why I'm Joe Budden where he is now. He owns his, but he's not going to do. He's not going to take. And Charlemagne act like he got such a great shot. He did such great transaction and but if he don't know where this company is at this present moment, especially in a COVID moment, COVID era, I don't see where Charlemagne gonna make his money at. Now you make money. You can make a lot of. You'll probably make money, but you just making money. But what about this debt over here that never goes away, but continue to rise as the value of the company continue to decline? This whole decline is going to be on Charlemagne. And he think he's smarter than Joe Budden. Anyway, he's like me need to stop. Charlemagne very well might know all this information. If he did, I don't know why. I guess because he worked for Breakfast Club all these weeks, all this time. So now the company just completely going out of business, don't have no money. Revenue declining, especially after the concert venues got shut down due to COVID. And the only thing standing is streaming. And I think it's that I forgot what they call the streaming company. Central something. Only thing left standing is the streaming company. Those streaming company that have Pandora and all these other streaming companies. And they little app that they was talking about on the video. But anyway, that's it for this video. That's it for this video. I'm learning how to use this you know how to use StreamYard on my phone. You know, it's not very hard. It don't show where I can share my screen, but I can go and talk, read the article. Just normally use my phone like I normally do. Put up an article and read it, and you still be filming. The screen sharing, the other screen sharing, all those, they keep cutting on and off. It wouldn't have sound. It's just a mess. But StreamYard seems to be doing pretty good. I might buy some stocks in StreamYard. I would buy stocks in Zoom, but I don't got no $300 for no one stock. But I might buy some in StreamYard because StreamYard is going to be really, really good. It's good right now, and I'm like, it's the only one. It's the only one so far that I have used, and haven't had a whole lot of challenges trying to use it based on my limited um ability to do things in a fluent way, even though I'm a fast learner. Anyway, uh, bottom line to this piping hot coffee on Charlemagne. He bought he bought into. I guess his boss sold him his company because there's no more money in it. Well, I remember a girl that happened with her. A girl I know. I went to also go to Payless to buy shoes. And she was a worker there, and the man said he going out of business and whatever. So she asked him, can she buy the company? So he looked at her. Yeah, she bought it. He left the company her to do what she want with it, and she did. The girl ran the company for years, made plenty of money for years after that. It went out of business back here a couple of years ago, maybe 3, 4, maybe about 4 years ago. They stopped selling out. They sold the company out. I guess the company went out of business, but she done made all money since then. So I don't think she's doing pretty good. But anyway, Charlemagne might be well. Charlemagne might be just as fortunate. Take his boss company he worked with for 10 years and see if he can't finesse the black people in what he calls the black effect, where he is curator of his own podcast that he don't actually own to interpret black culture from influential black voices like Tamika Mallory. This is what he's doing, using black people to save iHeart. Why should we say iHeart for Charlemagne? He need to what he need to worry about is that girl that said is still suffering because of what she said he did to her, and he just shrug it off. All the black community help him save his company. Anyway, that's it for this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you like this piping hot coffee. And I will see you next time. Bye.